home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Bradley one bound to Boswell. Unbound to Boswell to the top of the key. Boswell over to Love. A deep three outside. Rims out, no good. And that's it. The Owls win it. Well, Love, and he's made them before from out there. This one skims out. A 2-overtime thriller here in Las Vegas. Florida Atlantic beats Arizona 96-95.
Caleb Love made it before today a number of times from out there. The question we'll ask on this post-game show is, should he have taken that particular shot at that particular time? Arizona, number 4 in the country for a second straight Saturday, falls. And this time they lose to Florida Atlantic on the road 96-95 in double overtime in Las Vegas. The non-conference part of the schedule is over. Arizona finishes it out at 9-2. Their gauntlet of games against ranked teams in which they played 6 this preseason will end at 4-2. We want to hear from you on this program today. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. We had intended to do a little bit of a shortened show. We've got NFL football scheduled to start around 5:45, but due to the fact this game went into double overtime, we will extend our show into the 6 o'clock hour. We'll probably end sometime around 6:30, potentially a little bit maybe earlier than that tonight as we get set for the Christmas holiday. So I'm joined by, as always, Kelvin Efon is here, JW Madden is here, and look, Caleb Love was the reason that the Wildcats got back into that game down in the second half. He scored 26 points. He hit all those shots from deep. That was clearly the shot that was working for him today. He was struggling with the shots closer to the rim. Couldn't hit that runner, couldn't hit that floater that he likes to take at times. But I think with the game on the line, and I guess the question I'm going to ask is if that's the shot that's working for you, the deep three, is that the shot you take there? My feeling is, and I'll continue to say it, I would have preferred to see Caleb Love aggressive to the basket in that situation, maybe try to get a foul like he did on the previous time to hit the 2 free throws in this. I believe it was the end of the first overtime, trying to drive the basketball and get to the line. Potentially, maybe if you miss that shot, you don't get fouled. You've got Umar Ballo, who had 21 rebounds there potentially to clean it up. I just would have preferred. And now, did he get fouled? Yes, he got fouled on the clearly. Guy hit his hand on the shot. You're not going to get that call in most big ball games. But I would have liked to have seen the more aggressive Caleb Love take the ball to the basket there.
Yeah, I would love for the play design be for him to be able to turn the corner with his right hand and have to get into the lane. Kind of like the play what Larson did where he turned it into the lane, but he was out of the game at that time. So yeah, I would have loved to see him be able to go to the rim with his strong hand. And again, you might not get the call on the contact because a lot of times at the end of the games they let you play through it, but. You just rather something a little bit more aggressive. I thought Caleb took too many threes tonight. I'm always game for the threes, you know that. But I just feel like when you got a team in foul trouble like that, you just try to turn the corner on them and see if you can get a call. If you can't, go up and make a play. At least one thing about it is, if you miss, you in rebounding position, little tips where you can tip the ball and go back in. But J-Dub, I think what started this was Boswell was walking the ball down the court.
Yeah.
So it forced us to call the timeout. Did you see that?
Yeah. Oh, exactly. Well, because they only had 6 seconds left. Yeah,
when we got the ball, right, and he was walking it down.
Didn't rush it down.
Yeah, any coach knows he's finna take this shot. So coach called the timeout to kind of try to, develop a play, and get something called right there. But I would have loved to see Boswell push that ball and take it out of coach's hands, because if he would have pushed that ball, he could have got into the lane and either got something easy for himself or found somebody for a more in rhythm catch and shoot shot.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's real easy to look at the last play in a double overtime game, but to me, a couple things stood out. Number one, the shot making from FAU,
crazy,
especially in that last 10 minutes of the second half. You just tip your cap. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, just some of those shots they were making down that stretch. Second of all, how many bunnies did Arizona miss, right? I mean, I think they must have missed 15 shots right at the rim. Kylan Boswell had probably his worst game. It looked like his confidence was a little shaken, Kelvin, because there was a couple open shots I think he might have pulled it on. But overall, to me, that was the best game I've seen all year. Like, that was a great college basketball game. I just love it for all the kids involved, fans involved. I just think overall the intensity, the atmosphere, it was just a great college basketball game. Obviously, Arizona comes up a little bit short. There's a lot of second guessing you could do. My thing is Kylan's last shot in regulation, right? I don't think, Kelvin, I've ever seen him do a pivot, turnaround, fadeaway shot at this level ever. Caleb Love can take that shot. You know why, DK? Because he's been taking that shot all game long, all series, all his whole career long. That's a comfortable shot for him. I just want guys to take – I don't care where it's coming from. If you're a shooter or scorer, I want you to take a shot that you're comfortable, and that's all. So clearly they didn't have a lot of options when you only got 6 seconds to go. You want to get downhill. You want to try to force, some kind of – you want to get a shot off inside the paint in that situation. But I don't worry about that last shot. I think Caleb had the confidence. How many shots did he knock down in that last 10 minutes from basically the same spot?
He was feeling it. Yeah.
Well, and then that was what I was saying. It's like, do you because the fact he was hot taking that distance shot, is that the shot you take there because that's what's comfortable for you in that moment? And I think that's obviously what he felt like too.
Yeah, of course. I mean, and that's what it's about. At the end of the day, he's a guy that's going to live with it. He put it on his shoulders and he took the shot, and we all got to live with it. But I just feel like, as J-Dub said, great game. I mean, the way that FAU, and you got to remember, I told you guys before we even ever lost the game, I said FAU is the one team. I said it's the one team because I see those guys that I saw him play. I said I don't know what it is about them, but they don't give in. That's what it is.
Well, and that's the thing. I think if I come out of this, and I don't know if I'm going to say I come out of this game worried, because I think I was worried about it going into this game, and I've been worried about it all preseason, is based on what we saw from Florida Atlantic, they had shot makers tonight. They had a number of guys that were making shots. It wasn't just Caleb Love like it was for Arizona. They had Janelle Davis. They had Jalen Gaffney. Elijah Martin hit a big shot down the stretch. I just don't see enough shot makers on this team.
And let me tell you what I feel about that. You're talking about a team that has been together for 2 years, that went to the Final Four.
True.
Our guys, this is their 10th game together. So games like this is why this is so important that Coach went and got these games and played these games. I would have loved to see them play Southern right there, but this was a bigger, better game for them because you don't have to wait to see this in the NCAA tournament to get these guys' attention. They lost this game by 1 point, but the coach is going to go show them probably about 20 points where they probably could have won this game about 10 or 15 points. So great learning tape, but again, it's just one of those things that it sucks to have to learn after a loss, but you're probably going to get their attention a little bit better.
I think as far as shot makers go, Arizona has a lot. They're just work in progress. Jonell Davis is a junior and a very well-traveled junior, right? He's got tons of confidence. Jalen Gaffney, same. He's a senior, right? The guys on this team, you're looking at Caleb Love, DK, no fear. He's going to take those shots. The other shot makers on this team, Kylan Boswell, KJ Lewis had some crazy big plays down the stretch. Jaden Bradley had some huge plays, but you're talking about 18 and a half. You're talking about a freshman in KJ Lewis. Some of the guys I think you're going to find in those spots, they don't have the experience that those other guys do. So sometimes keep it simple, stupid, right? Sometimes it's like get the easier shot. And I think maybe in some of those situations we'll have to go back and watch. As far as Kelvin, you take a little bit more difficult shot in a stressful situation like that. It felt to me like John L. Davis in particular, he was just getting comfortable, super comfortable, and getting to his spots, taking shots. And guess what? I think they'll learn from this. I think those guys will learn where to get those shots. And lastly, that's a team that tried to speed them up, take them out of their sets. They weren't allowed to run that offense. I mean, how many points did both these teams score? And they only had 18 assists. They scored 95 points, Arizona. They had 18 assists. That tells me it was a lot of one-on-one stuff. It was a lot of high ball screen, Kelvin, and they got, similar to Alabama, kind of got caught up in that we're just going to go one-on-one. There wasn't a lot of those motion actions. It wasn't a lot of typical Tommy Lloyd basketball where you see guys coming off and finding open men for open shots. The assist numbers don't lie.
And I'll say this also. And where I was going with that is that they're comfortable with whatever shots that they take because they know each other. And when you know each other, there's a confidence because you like, okay, I seen him make this shot 1,000,000 times. Where our guys are still trying to feel each other out. That's why I thought sometimes you seen Boswell a little hesitant. Love just going for it. He like, look, man, this is
no
it.
hesitation
Hey,
there.
man, it is what it is.
Last
I've been through the
rodeo,
fire. He done been through the fire. But you think about it, the rest of our guys really haven't been in that position. Boswell, this is his first year as the A guy. Right, this is his first year trying to learn and still figure that thing out. And he was trying to have his swag. He was trying to have. He was just missing shots. And you just kind of got to watch your body language when you miss those shots. I think a little bit there. And then I think. And then you think about Bradley. He's not really a scorer. KJ Lewis was trying his best and me doing all the little intangible things to get some buckets and everything like that. But for a 1-point loss, man, I still think that this is going to be a tremendous tape to go back and learn from because, again, some of the things Davis was doing, I think we could have shot some double teams at him maybe.
Yeah.
Did you think
Well, I think here's the thing a lot of people talking about online is that he had 4 fouls like for a long stretch there. So maybe you might want to attack him on the other side of the ball because,
Right.
I mean, again, he got so comfortable, guys. It didn't really matter. I mean, Keyshawn, what was that thing where he drove Keyshawn down to the post and then throw a little right-hand hook over top of Keyshawn Johnson? And he's only 6'4".
Yeah, he hit
That
the
guy's not a
backboard,
big
hit
dude.
the front of the
That's
rim.
just pure confidence.
Yeah. All right, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. We've got a lot to get to tonight. We'll review our keys to the game, best bets, all of that. Our glass cleaner of the game. I don't think we need to ask who that's going to be tonight. All of that and more. It's the Meridian Wealth Management post-game show. And I am David Kelly along with Kelvin Efon and J.W. Madden. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
This hour of the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show is brought to you by Advanced Auto Care, Crest Insurance Group, Desert Diamond Casinos, First Chiropractic, Frog in Firkin, Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates, Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating and Plumbing, the Polston Results Team with Keller Williams, Southern Arizona, Royal GMC Buick and Cadillac, Royal Kia, Royal Jaguar Land Rover, the Window Depot, Blue Whale Car Wash, Caruso's Italian Restaurant, Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing, The Diamond Store, Goldberg and Osborne, Goodfellas AC.
Back to the holiday shopping adventures of Eugene Snarkle and his best friend Doug.
Hey, Eugene, we waited a little too long to get our shopping done. The shelves are looking pretty empty.
I was thinking of getting everyone a giant-sized bag of Cheezos.
We interrupt Eugene's great idea for this message.
Does your car, truck, SUV, or sleigh need a little maintenance to get road trip ready for the holidays? Check out jackfurriers.com for savings up to 50% off. Get your vehicle holiday road trip ready at Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Since 1960, here to get you there.
What do you mean, trenchless?
Means no trench.
But it's the sewer line.
And they did it without ruining my yard.
The yard we're standing in?
The very same.
I don't know if I trust that.
I trust that because I trust them.
Them?
Ram Plumbing.
Locally owned and operated Ram Plumbing, offering a comprehensive range of plumbing services from fixtures to installation to trenchless sewer replacement. Turn to Tucson's most trusted plumber. When your plumbing's in trouble, call Ram on the double. Online at bestplumbertucson.com.
Does it feel like the price of everything is going up, up, up? We can't control the price of gas or groceries, but at Royal Buick GMC, we never add market adjustments, even while other dealers add fees because inventory is limited. At Royal Buick GMC, you can rest assured you won't pay market adjustments, and we stand by our transparent online pricing. Royal Buick GMC, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $529 doc fee. Royal Buick GMC, in the Auto Mall and at RoyalTucson.com.
At Nova Home Loans, we believe everyone deserves the opportunity to enjoy the independence that comes with home ownership. Whether you're a first-time home buyer who needs down payment assistance, have less than perfect credit, or looking to refinance, Nova has a variety of home loan programs for your unique situation. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com or call 800-955-9125 to learn more. Not a commitment to lend or extend credit. Rates and available loan programs are subject to change without notice. NMLS 3087, BK 0902429, Equal Housing Opportunity.
Southern Arizona Radiology Associates have been dedicated to providing superior images and quality care for the last 35 years. They're the one you trust when you need an X-ray, CT scan, ultrasound, mammogram, or MRI. They have locations in Tucson, Green Valley, and Sierra Vista. Ask your doctor to refer you to Southern Arizona Radiology Associates today. That's Southern Arizona Radiology Associates. Visit their website at sararadiology.com or call 520-335-6849 for more information.
Broadway in Tucson presents the Rockin' 2023-2024 season featuring 8 blockbuster productions including Disney's Aladdin, The Book of Mormon, Hairspray, and Chicago. Enjoy the Southern Arizona musical premieres of Tina, the Tina Turner Musical, Ain't Too Proud, The Life and Time of the Temptations, MJ the Musical, and Mrs. Doubtfire. Secure your choice season tickets today and get the ultimate in flexibility and the lowest prices all season. Visit BroadwayInTucson.com and secure your season tickets today.
The Window Depot is proud to sponsor the first look at today's game and would like to invite Arizona Wildcat fans to visit one of their Tucson warehouses. The Window Depot provides over 1,000 in-stock vinyl windows, interior and exterior doors, plus granite and quartz countertops, and a huge selection of custom cabinetry, all at the lowest prices in town. Consider the Window Depot your MVP when it comes to your home improvement needs. Stores are open Monday through Saturday, or order online at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
True Wildcat fans know that when you're looking for the best place to watch all the big games on big screens, drinking cold beer and having the best food, all paths lead to Desert Diamond. Bet on your Wildcats and all your favorite teams 24/7 on our easy-to-use kiosks. Come chill on our comfy couches and build your best bet at Arizona's best bet, the Desert Diamond Sportsbook and Bar.
An enterprise of the Thana Autumn Nation.
Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Desert Diamond Casino is licensed in Arizona.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rockin' K. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills. Enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. And coming soon is Del Webb at Rockin' K, a 55-plus active adult community offering a rec center, world-class amenities that promote health and wellness, and new homes with refined interiors and stunning outdoor spaces. Live RockinK.com. Designed by Nature, proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
Well, boss, how's the sleigh?
It's amazing. Like it just flew off the showroom floor. Sparkling clean, no chimney dust, and I've never seen his nose so bright.
Recon Auto Detailing.
Recon gift cards to all, and to all a clean ride.
Give Recon Auto Detailing gift cards, and Arizona's premier auto detailing company will come do a basic cleaning or a jaw-dropping full detail, including a ceramic finish for anyone on your list. Get your Recon Auto Detailing gift cards now online at recondetail.com.
Coach Tommy Lloyd here. Did you spend money on your AC this summer? My friends at Rightway will give you back up to $3,000 for those repairs.
That's right. No matter who did the repair, we'll buy it back for up to $3,000 towards the purchase of a new heating and air system.
No repair bills this year? No worries. We will give you up to $2,000 trade-in plus 0% interest up to 60 months. Manufacturer rebates plus 10-year parts and labor warranty on a new heating and air system.
Have an aging heating and air system? Out of warranty? We'll inspect it absolutely free. Call Rightway Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing today.
The Meridian Wealth Management postgame show continues on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Davis top, guarded by Boswell. Davis ball knocked away by Boswell on a steal. Head to Love. Caleb will take it the other way. Slam it home with the right hand.
Caleb Love finished with 26 points to lead the Wildcats. 8 of 25 from the floor, 4 of 12 from behind 3. Went 6 of 6 from the line. 26 points. 5 rebounds, just 1 assist in this ball game for Caleb. 18 assists for the Arizona Wildcats. Second straight game that Arizona has not had 20 assists, and that has been a staple of this offense for Tommy Lloyd, but we have not seen that the last 2 games. And you guys mentioned in the first segment that, and I think this is twice now in both of these last 2 games, that they've kind of been baited into a kind of speeding up this offense. Is that something you would think? Again, it happened Wednesday night. Did you learn from it Wednesday night? You allowed yourself to get back in that to it again today. Is that something to be concerned about, that they've allowed themselves to get enticed into that now 2 games in a row?
I'll say this really quick because I want to hear Kelvin's long form answer to this. But to me, you can get it when you want to get it. But with Tommy Lloyd's system, they're trying to go a little bit fast. So that's the issue. I think the players are keyed in to trying to get a good shot quick. Not necessarily like as fast as possible, but when you play against teams like Alabama, like FAU, what they're trying to do is make you go one-on-one. And it's a challenge. It's like challenging your manhood. Like, you don't think I can score on you? Of course I can score on you. And you get caught up in that. And again, I'll have to go watch the film. but it felt like some of those possessions was a little bit personal, Kelvin.
Yeah, I mean, the way that they play, I would say speed it up. I think Arizona want to play fast too. I mean, I think they were going. I wouldn't say they was going too fast either. I felt like they were just right there. Just one bucket didn't fall, but at the same time, I thought it was on the defensive end where I was a little bit disappointed. I mean, again, I remember the game where Coach threw the 2-3 zone out. Remember he threw the full court pressure in. I would have loved to seen a couple different defenses, ran and force somebody else to beat me. Of course, a couple guys were going, but I just would have loved to see a couple, doubles through at the kid. When he was getting going with Davis. I just shoot a double at him early and make him do something else. He was able to go left every time, J-Dub.
Yeah.
Like, he's able to go left every time. I'm shooting somebody over there. A couple times the guys did, and they fouled. And it was because I thought they were late. And I think because they was coming off a three-point shooter. But at that time, when somebody's cooking, when somebody's hot, you change around what you're doing a little bit. So, yeah, I want to be smothered to these guys on the wing because they got some knockdown shooters. But right now, they letting this guy go to work. So I got to get the ball out of his hands, right, J-Dub?
Yeah.
So we got to dig in on him quick and force the ball out of his hands and maybe force them to scrim because they were going to get the ball back to him anyway. But maybe with late clock and force him to do a three-pointer instead of consistently getting to his mid-range, being able to go left every time to wherever he wanted to go and just raise up and hit the mid-range jumper. I just thought a double should have came to look. You see it in the NBA a lot. Where the guy be coming across the half court with the ball and the double come and force it out of his hand.
Yo, Booker gets doubled like when he touches the ball 90 feet away. That's the way. Some of the NBA defenses these days, if you're a creator and a shot maker, they're just trying to make sure you don't have the ball ever.
Make somebody else do it.
Yeah.
Make somebody else do it. I can't let you do it. And the coach was smart. If you notice what he did was he took all those smaller guards out. He took all those smart, so he only had the bigger guards in there. So it was going to get back to him anyway. I just would have rather it got back to him late so he didn't have time to probe. Because once he started putting the ball on the flow, you didn't know if it was going to be one dribble pull up, two dribble pull up, two dribble step to the side. You can't let him get into that type of rhythm. You got to shoot that double to him early. And, and our guys were trying to, Pella was trying to play him one-on-one. It looked like he had it looked like he felt like Pella, they said it perfectly on TV. It looked like he said that he had some personal that he wanted to show against Pella because, he was going at Pella pretty hard. And I just felt like, change it up. Throw somebody else at him. Throw that double at him. Of course, I'm not telling Lord what to do, but just from what I was watching, one guy really cooked us.
That's why I said at the start, like, you could talk about that last shot by Caleb Love, but to me, it was just a shot making by the Owls, especially down the stretch. That three, that catch and shoot three, the tie, I think it was the first overtime, just crazy shot. You just got to tip your cap. I think some of those plays, they got a hand up in Davis's face. I think that they did an okay job. It's not like he was shooting on his own. That fadeaway baseline, Kelvin.
Yeah.
Like that Jordan spin.
I'm sorry, J-Dub. I hear you. You're right. The hand that is good D. Getting the hand up in the face, that's all you can ask for. But I'm saying if you're trying to win this game, you got to run at that dude early and get that ball out of his hands.
Yeah, no. I'm not disagreeing with you, my friend. What I'm basically saying is I just think some of those shots that Davis made, especially down the stretch, you just got, again, there were a couple where he got loose. Going left is the big part. Like letting him get to his comfortable spots where he wants to go. First thing you're going to do in a scout is try to take away the tendencies of what a player wants to try to do to get comfortable. So that's the biggest issue I see is letting him go left every single time.
And I'm sure it was on the scout. I'm not saying that they get paid big money, and but I'm sure it probably was awkward watching a guy shoot with his right hand and go left. You still thinking like, wait a minute, because that's one thing about playing against the lefty is you're so used to forcing guys left.
Yeah,
you forget to force the guy to the right because you're playing a lefty as the game goes along. So you got to stay locked into that game plan.
The reason I played that highlight of that Caleb Love dunk is I was curious your opinion about that missed dunk in the first overtime.
Yeah.
It looked like kind of just slipped out of his hands.
It looked like it slipped.
Yeah, I'm going to say this. I will say this, though. I thought he took off too far.
Okay.
But I didn't have a problem with it because I haven't had a problem with all the other ones when he cock it back and boom it. And that's the first one he's missed, so I don't really have a problem with it because I've celebrated every one of the big ones. That's one he missed that I thought he took off a little. He was a little too ambitious, I thought, of how far he took off. And I think it was a guy running by as well. Am I wrong?
Yeah, a little bit off to his left side, I think.
Yeah. So I don't know. I wish you would have braced and went up with two hands a little bit more strong and get that bucket, especially because we was having a little issue with finishing around the bucket. I would have loved to see a more veteran, strong two-hand finish.
520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. You can call us. We want to know what you thought of the game tonight. Wildcats fall by a score of 96-95 in double overtime. This game was tied at the end of regulation at 73, and then 84 at the end of the first overtime, and then 96-95 to end the game. Let's get another break in here. We'll come back. We'll review our keys to the game and a whole lot more. It's the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show, along with Kelvin Efon and J.W. Madden. I'm David Kelly. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290. KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. We have the Arizona Wildcats covered on game day like no one else. We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
Do you often worry you left the garage door open? With a LiftMaster garage door opener powered by MyQ, you'll never worry again. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage from your smartphone anytime from anywhere through the MyQ app. As an authorized LiftMaster dealer, we have smart openers designed for your needs, including belt drive motors for ultra-quiet operation, integrated camera for live video streaming, and battery backup that lets you in when the power is out.
Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates is your authorized local LiftMaster dealer. Visit KaiserDoor.com for more information.
Long day of shopping, the secret to banishing your body aches lies right under your feet. The Good Feet store is revealing a little known fact. Your feet could be the culprit behind your hip, knee, and back woes. Discover their personally fitted arch supports. Bonus, they're FSA, HSA eligible. Head over to goodfeet.com to schedule your free fitting and test walk. Step into a potentially pain-free holiday season with a visit to the Good Feet store. Walk-ins welcome.
Are you ready to adopt? Come to the Humane Society of Southern Arizona. When you adopt from us, you will save more than one life. You'll also make room for the next pet in need. The Humane Society of Southern Arizona has been compassionately serving pets and the people who love them since 1944. Our knowledgeable adoption matchmakers will help you find the right pet for your home and support you after you adopt. We are open 7 days a week at our main campus at 635 West Roger Road. Learn more and see adoptable pets at hssaz.org.
As Arizona's leading personal injury law firm for more than 30 years, Goldberg & Osborne agrees, bear down, Arizona. With offices statewide, including 5 in Tucson and Southern Arizona, the Eagle gives you home field advantage. More than 1,800 5-star Google reviews prove Goldberg & Osborne has the playbook for any situation. So after any accident, let the attorneys voted best personal injury law firm tackle that insurance company and get you the settlement you deserve. Goldberg & Osborne, 1-800-THE-EAGLE.
The Window Depot is proud to sponsor the first look at today's game and would like to invite Arizona Wildcat fans to visit one of their Tucson warehouses. The Window Depot provides over 1,000 in-stock vinyl windows, interior and exterior doors, plus granite and quartz countertops, and a huge selection of custom cabinetry, all at the lowest prices in town. Consider the Window Depot your MVP when it comes to your home improvement needs. Stores are open Monday through Saturday, or order online at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
As a homeowner, you've probably seen some pretty bad plumbing problems.
Yeah, I've seen a few.
We've seen them all.
All of them?
Rams Plumbing kept entire buildings flowing. Businesses since 1983.
Wow, so whatever happens to my house...
We've seen it before, and we have the solution. Locally owned and operated Ram Plumbing is Tucson's most trusted plumber. Our team of licensed professionals can fix anything your home can dish out. When your plumbing's in trouble, call Ram on the double. Online at bestplumbertucson.com.
Driving the lane, dunking on the competition, and playing as a team. These are things we'll see this season watching our Wildcats play basketball. These happen to be the things you'll also find when you buy your next vehicle from O'Reilly Chevrolet. The only difference is at O'Reilly, nobody gets penalized for traveling. Heck, we actually encourage it. See us on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or find new roads at O'Reilly.com, where you can experience our version of a steal. O'Reilly Chevrolet, more than a great price.
O'Reilly
Chevrolet.
Here's an important message from University Termite and Pest Control. The weather is getting cooler here, and so rodents will be seeking alternative housing. Do you need a professional? Call University Termite and Pest Control, 886-4146. They've been serving Tucson since 1974. You can be assured University Termite and Pest Control will keep you pest-free using the most responsible products and application methods. 28 school districts, 3 hospitals, 2 colleges, 1 university, and thousands of homeowners trust University Termite and Pest Control. You can too. Call University Termite and Pest Control today at 886-4146 or go to bepestfree.com.
Hi, this is Natalie Fernandez-Lee, President of Meridian Wealth Management. As a fiduciary investment firm, our clients have trusted us to guide them down their financial paths for decades. Whether you are an individual or family, business, foundation, or nonprofit, we are committed to your long-term goals and financial futures. We are proud supporters of the Tucson community and all that makes our city so special. Visit online at meridianwealthllc.com to learn more about Meridian.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
Coach Tommy Lloyd here. Did you spend money on your AC this summer? My friends at Rightway will give you back up to $3,000 for those repairs.
That's right. No matter who did the repair, we'll buy it back for up to $3,000 towards the purchase of a new heating and air system.
No repair bills this year? No worries. We will give you up to $2,000 trade-in plus 0% interest up to 60 months. Manufacturer rebates plus 10-year parts and labor warranty on a new heating and air system.
Have an aging heating and air system? Out of warranty? We'll inspect it absolutely free. Call Rightway Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing today.
This is the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Boswell into the lane. Boswell with the left hand off the glass, miss, no good. Rebound tipped out, loose, grabbed by Gaffney. Now the L's on the run. Gaffney over to Davis. A 3 ball is up off the back of the rim, no good. Long rebound out to Gaffney, inside Golden, jams at home to tie the game with 7.2 to go.
Vladislav Golden finished the game with just 7 points, fouled out, had a knee injury earlier, sat for a large portion of this game as well. Only played 23 minutes all told and finished with just 3 rebounds. So he was not really much of an impact on this game. My pest was Brian B.J. Greenlee. He only scored 2 points and had 2 fouls, so he wasn't much of a pest. Who was your guy? You took Janelle Davis, correct?
I took
Elijah Martin.
Yeah, he hit a couple big shots.
Yeah, 13 points in the game, like you said, hit a few big shots. And who was your guy?
I took Davis.
You took Janelle Davis. He was the best, indeed, with 35 points in the ball game.
It's so impossible to point at anything because you're talking double overtimes. I mean, a foul in the first half is same as a foul in the second half. That's the way I look at it. But the Learfield postgame guys, they said something which was shocking to me, guys. They said 17 out of 31 layups and dunks. So I just went and checked the box score and checked all the stats. I counted up 11 missed layups and 2 missed dunks for the Cats. For the Cats. So you're talking about, and the kicker, and this comes from, those guys in the postgame show, 1 block, Kelvin, for FAU. So it's not like you're talking about Wembanyama in there blocking every shot anytime anybody tries to cut to the rim. You missed 11 layups and 2 dunks in a game where you don't have a lot of rim protection from the opponent. I'm not going to point at one thing, but that right there is alarming because that's just focus, right, Kelvin? I mean, not to say that some of those shots weren't affected by defense and whatnot, but 11 missed layups and 2 missed dunks in a game that you lose by 1 point in overtime, double overtime. That's just something you got to clean up. Those little plays, just finish off the play.
No, that's huge, man. I mean, you miss half of those, you make half of those, and you win by 10. So it's just one of those tough things, man, where you go back and you think that when the coaches, or when you're doing layup drills and they're out there with those pads and you're hitting the guys and everything at the practices, you think it's all for naught. But then you go back and look at a game like this and you will just be disappointed and heartbroken when you realize that you gave it away because you didn't finish those easy buckets. But I wanted to bring up something again. When Golden ran the court and, he ended up getting an open shot right there for the dunk there, Ballo didn't get back, but I thought Keyshawn should have took him, right? But this is where that fatigue and stuff started setting in that I thought Keyshawn should have took him and forced Ballo to have to basically bounce out to that guy on the wing, which he could have just ended up running into the paint because of where the ball was. But leaving them open right there, man, that was a huge play right there.
Yeah.
I think if we could have stopped that play, that would have forced them to have to take a perimeter
There are at
shot.
least two guys on the ground on that defensive rebound by FAU, and Bala was one of them. So the reason Bala was so late getting back into play is because he was coming up off the ground for the defensive rebound. So they did a little bit of a quick break, secondary break, I think, into that three-point shot. And the reason Bala was trailing way behind and Golden got the wide open jam was just that. Kelvin couldn't be more right. I mean, you got to switch over. If you know your man's on the ground, you got to make sure that everybody's
got to
matched
cover the
up.
basket first. And usually, I'll say this one more thing. Usually, it's the guards, the point guard, shooting guard's job to go down and take the guy that's all the way back, and then you pop back for the three. But in this day and age, when everybody is such good three-point shooters, you have to hug those three-point shooters as they come across the line, and that's what helped open them up coming down that lane right there. They were so worried about the three-point shooter. Keyshawn was in the help side, but he was worried about that guy getting a catch and shoot out there when, instead of just switching to the big there.
520-848-1290. If you want to get in on the conversation here, let's talk to Anthony. You are on Wildcats Radio 1290. It is the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show.
Hello, how you guys doing today?
Yeah, we could be better, but it's Christmas, so it's time to get happy.
Yeah. Well, Merry Christmas Eve. But, yeah, I mean, if we talk about going 9-2, if before the season started we said getting into the Christmas break we'd be 9-2, we'd be all for it. It's just the way it turned out. Like having two of those losses for the last two weeks maybe changes our idea. But prior to the season, 9-2 going to Christmas break, we'd be all for it. Some key things. Boswell's had a tough 3-game span, man. I don't know what the plus minus is today, but I want to say it's maybe not in his favor again. I went to the Alabama game. We sat like a couple rows behind the bench. We got lucky, got some good seats. I saw when we made a couple big runs, he was out of the game. And not picking on him because he's going to be a big part of what we do this year. But I mean, I just noticed like we're a little bit more dynamic. If we have a weakness on defense out of any of the guards, I think when he's in there, it is a little bit of a weakness. You look at when you have Lewis. I love the Lewis Bradley love in the backcourt on defense. I love what they bring to the game when they're together. They're like just all over the place, getting steals. I mean, yeah, we get little fouls here and there, but we're running lanes. We're just playing defensively tough. Last play of the game of regulation, Boswell shot. I mean, he had Pell open the corner, but for the shot that Boswell got off, it was a good shot. For a college player, a little fadeaway about at the elbow, 15 feet, that's makeable for him, so I live with it. The one thing that bothered me, and don't get me wrong, Tommy Lloyd is making millions of dollars coaching, and I'm at home 9 to 5, so I can't criticize. But the 6.7 seconds left, if you guys watched it, if you guys have a chance to see that last thing, when they come out of the huddle, I'm looking at Love's face. I'm not like one of those people likes to see body language in that. Look at Love's face, and he looks a little perturbed. So something told me, too, like, is this not going to him, or is he going to be a decoy? And then when the play developed out, I understand why he's probably a little upset. Is with 6.7 seconds left and down by 1, I don't like I know the play was set up. He got the ball in his hand, but it looked like it was a set play to get to Boswell, then get to Love like they did. They executed it greatly, but in 6.7 seconds left with down 1, I'd rather just try to get the ball to Love and let him create, because when you get 2 passes off in a 6.7 second span, you usually get what they got, a forced 3 or a forced shot from deep. If we could have found a way to get Love the ball in the inbounds and let him create, give him more of an effort, I think it would have been a better route. But like I said, Tommy Lloyd's making millions, and I'm right here 9 to 5 job, so he's right, and I'm not. So I mean, I can't argue anything. On that. But I mean, that's what happens in losses. Like we said before, happens in losses, and little mistakes happen, and that's why it's a loss. Usually, one team makes more mistakes than the other. That team fought back. Once again, 9-2. I can't argue it. Pac-12 season coming up. Let's do good in there, and we'll see what happens the rest of the way.
I got an answer to your first question, Anthony. You ready? The answer is 0. Colin Boswell was neither plus nor minus in this game. He was a plus minus 0.
And remember what I said about body language? That's one thing I can't take away from Boswell, because I don't want to rack on him. He's going to be a big part of what we do. is, remember when I said in that Alabama game, I was looking like him out. He sat a good portion on the bench in the second half of that game, and the first person to be cheering, the first person to be giving advice to the players when they came back from timeout, first person to be bumping chest was him. So I mean, he's a big part of the team. Just had a bad three game stretch for him, and I look forward to seeing what he does in the Pac-12.
Anthony, we appreciate your call as always. Thank you much.
You guys have a good one, man. Merry Christmas to all you guys.
Merry Christmas to you as well. Boswell, the last 2 games anyway, has shot just 30%. Is it a lull, do you think, Kelvin? Just kind of one of those things, the number of games, the pressure of these games, and he just hasn't been able to find that touch that we were used to seeing early in the season?
Yeah, I think being a young guy, because he's still a young guy, and man, you balling the way he was balling. You're on the number 1 team in the nation, and you start looking for it a little bit more. You start looking for that shot, man. I think he just needs to let the game come to him a little bit more. I think he's at his best when he just let the game come to him. All these shots he's taking, yes, he can make them, but I think he can make it a little bit more simple. I see him doing a lot of snaking on the screens. Remember I told you, did you notice again, DK? Doing a lot of snaking on the screens, and I thought, against this team, I didn't think you had to do a lot of that. But again, he's trying to find himself. But I think he just plays his best when he just plays simple, keep the ball moving. When you got it, take it. When you don't got it, just move the ball. So, tough few games for him, man. But again, a young guy that I know is coachable, and can't wait to see what these guys look like going into conference.
I got a really shocking stat that we haven't talked about yet. You ready? 95 is what Arizona scores in 2 overtimes. 6 fast break points in the game, Kelvin. 6. Now, got credit. The Owls for getting back, because clearly that's something Arizona's trying to push, especially on defensive rebounds. But 6 fast break points. I can't remember a game a Tommy Lloyd coached Arizona team that had that few.
Well, you remember what Coach said? What was the coach's name from Florida Atlantic again?
It's Dusty May.
He said, "I hope we're faster." And what that means is, when you think you're faster, you better not give up. I don't care the shots you guys take. That's one thing that I give you. It's kind of what Lloyd does. Hey, it's open offense, but I don't care what shots you guys take. But we have to get back on defense and don't give up easy layups. And they did that. They got back every time. They had 3 guys back. They guards didn't really crash the boards offensively because you forget that Davis is their power forward. Part of their game was having that guard, that power forward, where he ends up being a mismatch with whoever you put on him.
Yeah, I'm looking at 83 total possessions, 6 fast break points. And the other side of that coin, Kelvin, you nailed it, is 23 offensive boards for the Cats, right? So, clearly that was a part of – so, those guys were definitely running back. But, 6, that's just a great game plan, and I guess they were faster.
And just to kind of go back to Boswell and his recent struggles, his shooting the first 6 games, and these are the percentages, 70, 57, 75, 67, 60. The last 6 games, 33, 30, 40, 33, 43, and then today, 25.
I just look at it like this. I don't think every post game we do together is great. I think some are great and some are not great. And I think if you look at what he did at Duke, right? Those big shots, Kelvin, that he was making over the top of defenders when the team really needed a bucket, I think that's a little closer to who Kylan Boswell is as a player than maybe what you saw these last 2 games. I don't like the Florida Atlantic defense or the Alabama defense. He's such a team player. That's not a guy who's forcing anything. And maybe you're the expert, Kelvin, but maybe, like I said in the first segment, Kylan Boswell is so great running offense, catching off the screens and catch and shoot. He can obviously shoot off the dribble, but around screens in particular. And it felt like today that Florida Atlantic team really kind of got Arizona into a lot of one-on-one situations.
Yes.
And he got a little bit caught up in that.
Yes, and that's what I was saying, even by my guy Caleb Love. Sometimes when you know that you kind of in a program or in a situation where you have a green light, and you notice Keyshawn kind of does this a lot because he's used to it at San Diego State. You pass up some shots, DK. Mm-hmm. You pass up. The old saying is you pass up one to get a better one later, right? And I don't see our guys passing up many. right? It's weird because I don't totally have a problem with that. I like the go for it, but at the same time, when it's not falling, you want to see the effort of making that pass and the ball move and then get it back and it, kind of look at it more like you're shooting on the shooting jug where you're getting the pass out and then you're shooting more naturally. But looking for it so early off the first pass, off the first screen, you're snaking, looking for shots. I just feel like that. We're a better team than that when the ball is moving just a little bit more. Now, as we said, you have to give credit to Alabama and also to FAU. That is their plan. They say, hey, we're gonna out one-on-one you. We have more guards on the floor than you. We saw that in Buffalo when Buffalo beat Aiden in the Arizona team. J-Dub was right. Don't say Aiden. When he beat our team that year, right?
Parker.
Parker's
last
Parker
game.
and company. Okay. Yeah, man, it's just, sometimes you face those teams that understand that they're going to lock in. And what I like about these teams is they're trying to beat you by one. When you have gritty teams like that, I just need to beat you by one. I don't need, the story, we're going to tell whatever story you want to tell, but guess what? I beat you. And that's all I'm trying to do. When you're playing big name teams like Arizona and the Kentuckys and everything, you can't think that you're going to get a blowout.
Yeah, biggest win in the history of this Florida Atlantic program.
Well, it's the highest ranked team they ever played, right?
Yeah, highest ranked team they'd ever played. Number 4 in the country.
Thanks to Coach Lloyd in Arizona.
Exactly.
Because most people wouldn't have played that game.
Right, yeah. Well, that's what we said beforehand.
No, sir.
They did not have to play this game today.
Hey, bottom line, guys, both these teams are better for it.
Oh,
Both these teams are going to learn a lot from this. They're going to look at the film. And if they're going to take anything away, Kelvin, from these two games, Alabama and Florida Atlantic, it's just that. It's that extra pass philosophy that Coach Lloyd has going in. They got a little caught up in that whole one-on-one gambit of like trying to go at guys and trying to prove how good you are at that kind of thing. And I think if they're just a little bit more patient, they probably win this game by 5 or 10 or whatever.
I'll say one last thing. Florida Atlantic, I believe, is a Final Four team, right?
Yeah.
I think Arizona is too. Watching that right there, because that was a Final Four team that Arizona fought down. See, that's another story.
Right.
Because Arizona is the number 4 team in the nation.
Exactly.
So the other story is that they just played a team that brought 13 guys back from a Final Four down to the last second. And they just played 10 games together. Let's see this team out to 20 games, 25 games, and going into the tournament. I would love it because they're figuring out each other. They're figuring out love. We're figuring out what Boswell is going to be. See, because that's somewhat what I'm watching with Boswell. I remember Damon Stoudemire and Khalid. They never was a hesitant. Never.
No.
And I seen Boswell question himself a few times.
He passed a couple shots. He doesn't pass on.
Right. Which is what I kind of said, but I didn't like seeing it on him. You want to just keep hooping, kind of like what you saw Florida Atlantic guys do early when they were down 14. You didn't see no body language change or anything. I did see him get a little, I seen Davis once he started cooking, he started, his body language started changing a little bit there. But they kept their demeanor and they just kept at it, kept chopping. And I think after 20, 25 games, I think this is the Final Four team. I mean, that playing the schedule that they just played, you lose to Purdue against a big guy like that. I think you can win that game. I think you can win that game if you slow those guards down. I think J-Dub, what you said, 2 out of 10? I don't think they win that game. I think I give them 2. I think Arizona win that game 8 out of 10 times.
Yeah.
I think maybe those guys could have another game like that, but you're not having 8.
Right.
No way. That was their career game. So I think you can beat a Purdue, and I for sure think they could beat a Florida Atlantic. But you're going to need some more time to gel together. Now you can use this Pac-12 schedule to get that camaraderie that you're going to need to be able to take down the Houstons and those the Kansases of the world.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a regret person, but and no buts. And you look at the stats, guys, and it's 96-95. FAU shoots 50%. Kelvin pointed out some of the defensive choices, maybe getting up on Davis in particular, making him go right. They'll clean that kind of stuff up in the film. They shoot 38.8 Arizona, and they lose by 1 after missing 11 layups and a couple of dunks. So, I mean, I don't look at a lot of negatives from this game. I just think they could have cleaned up a couple things, got a little bit more patient on some of those offensive possessions, and they win this game going away. So it's not like, and that's a really, 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 I don't care if you guys listening right now never heard of FAU before today, that's a really good basketball team.
All right, much more to come. Arizona falls in double overtime in Las Vegas to the Florida Atlantic Owls by a score of 96-95. It's the Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show with J.W. Madden and Kelvin Ifan. I'm David Kelly. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
This hour of the Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show is brought to you by Advanced Auto Care, Crest Insurance Group, Desert Diamond Casinos, First Chiropractic, Frog in Firkin, Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates, Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating and Plumbing, the Polston Results Team with Keller Williams, Southern Arizona, Royal GMC Buick and Cadillac, Royal Kia, Royal Jaguar Land Rover, the Window Depot, Blue Whale Car Wash, Caruso's Italian Restaurant, Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing, The Diamond Store, Goldberg and Osborne, Goodfellas AC.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rock & K, nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills. Enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. Hit the community trails, explore local parks like Saguaro National and Colossal Cave, and mingle at private Diamond Community Park events. In the top-rated Vail School District, Rock & K is close to work, shopping, and services. Tour 11 different model homes by top-tier builders, offering move-in-ready homes and special incentives. Live RockandK.com. Designed by Nature, proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
Get the backyard you've always wanted with a custom pool from First Choice Pools. A backyard oasis built around you. First Choice is a full-service builder of beautiful in-ground pools and backyard designs for years of staycations. If you're ready to dive in, then visit TucsonPoolBuilder.com. Schedule now and get 3 months of full service free. First Choice Pools for installs, renovation, remodeling, and repair. Get started today at TucsonPoolBuilders.com. First Choice Pools, the first and only choice.
Does it feel like the price of everything is going up, up, up? We can't control the price of gas or groceries, but at Royal Buick GMC, we never add market adjustments, even while other dealers add fees because inventory is limited. At Royal Buick GMC, you can rest assured you won't pay market adjustments, and we stand by our transparent online pricing. Royal Buick GMC, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer-installed options, and $529 doc fee. Royal Buick GMC, in the Auto Mall and at RoyalTucson.com.
Hi, this is Tim Couch, retired NFL quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, partner at Meridian Wealth Management, and proud member of Meridian's Tucson Advisory Business Council. It's my favorite time of year, college football season. I've always been a proud Wildcat. As our firm has grown in Tucson with Ruben and Natalie Fernandez, I now cheer on 2 Wildcats every year. My alma mater of Kentucky, of course, and our U of A Cats. Here's to a great football season, and go Cats.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
True Wildcat fans know that when you're looking for the best place to watch all the big games on big screens, drinking cold beer and having the best food, all paths lead to Desert Diamond. Bet on your Wildcats and all your favorite teams 24/7 on our easy-to-use kiosks. Come chill on our comfy couches and build your best bet at Arizona's best bet, the Desert Diamond Sportsbook and Bar.
An enterprise of the Tohono O'odham Nation.
Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Desert Diamond Casino is licensed in Arizona.
Hi, it's Floyd, the family man with the family plan. Outdated HVAC systems will drive up your electric bill, drain your wallet, and peace of mind. Save now at Goodfellas with no payments or interest till 2024. Get a 30% federal tax credit, up to $2,000 off qualifying heat pumps. Trust Goodfellas. We're locally owned with thousands of 5-star reviews. Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. Visit us at goodfellasac.com to schedule a no-cost estimate.
Saguaro Harley-Davidson wants your bike. Call or visit our website to schedule an appointment or stop by today to receive an inspection and an offer. Whether you're looking to trade in or trade up or just looking for some extra money, we are prepared to make you a tempting offer. Don't deal with the hassle of selling it to a stranger. We're here to make the process quick and easy. Only at Saguaro Harley-Davidson or online at SaguaroHarley.com. That's SaguaroHarley.com. Some restrictions may apply. See dealer for details.
Do you often worry you left the garage door open? With a LiftMaster garage door opener powered by MyQ, you'll never worry again. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage from your smartphone anytime from anywhere through the MyQ app. As an authorized LiftMaster dealer, we have smart openers designed for your needs, including belt drive motors for ultra-quiet operation, integrated camera for live video streaming, and battery backup that lets you in when the power is out.
Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates is your authorized local LiftMaster dealer. Visit KaiserDoor.com for more information.
This is the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Down the lane, runner by Lewis, short, grabs his own rebound, pump fake, goes up, lays it in. What a strong move on KJ Lewis.
He is growing up before our very eyes.
KJ Lewis tonight for Arizona in 27 minutes. 3 of 5 from the floor. Missed his only 3. 4 or 5 from the line, 10 points. He had 6 rebounds. He had 2 assists, 1 turnover, and 1 steal tonight for KJ Lewis, +7. In fact, he and Pelle Larsson had the best plus minuses tonight at +7. Kashad had the largest or the lowest negative as -13 in the ball game tonight. 520-848-1290 is the number to get on the program. Let's review our keys to the game and what we thought going into it was going to need to happen for Arizona to win tonight.
Wildcats fans, how did today's keys to the game go for the Wildcats? Keys to the game are brought to you by the Royal Automotive Group. Royal Automotive, the dealership that is different.
All right, who went first today, J-Dub?
I think it was Kelvin.
I did. All right, let's hear what Kelvin had to say.
Well, I think it's going to be a lot like the Alabama game as far as game plan is concerned. They have a lot of shooters. They shot 16 for 30 versus Texas A&M, so I want to be there on the catch again. I thought they did a great job against Alabama, so I want to be there again on the catch again and try to make sure that these guys don't get any easy looks. They like to put the ball on the floor, so I'd rather them put it on the floor than to knock down a bunch of threes. Points in the paint. I want to get 45 points or more in the paint. I don't think they're a big team. I think we need to attack their big fella, get them in foul trouble, or just go to Ballo or the guards. I don't care where we get it from. I just want 45 points in the paint. And then collecting long rebounds. These guys are hustle. They like to scrap. I just think defensive rebounding is going to be key to this victory.
Well, the Wildcats got 48 points in the paint, but Florida Atlantic got 40. In the paint, which is, I think, probably a lot more than they normally get. Yeah, that was much more than they normally get.
Yeah, and these numbers are all skewed by overtime. Right?
Well, that's true. That is true. No doubt about that. Especially on the betting front, which we'll get to later.
Yeah, it's always like that.
All right, what did you have to say, J-Dub?
Yeah, similar. I think you got to go inside early and often. I think there's no size after a golden, so we've seen him establish Ballo pretty early and often all year long. I don't think it's going to be much different, but especially in this game, and the boards, they have to dominate. They have to get +10, maybe even +15. Again, not a big team. All those hustle plays Kelvin's talking about. Just make sure that you're basically pursuing the ball no matter where it's at, and just stay in front of drivers. I completely agree with Kelvin about getting out on those shooters. And what they're going to do is a lot of drive and kick type stuff. So if it's not high pick and roll, it's going to be drive and kick. So moving your feet and stay in front of those drives, they don't have anywhere to go. If they can't get into the paint to kick out to outside shooters, just be really good on-ball defenders. Whoever's got the ball, just make sure you stay in front of them.
Seems like 2 games in a row, they've tried to establish Umar early and have done so, but it just doesn't seem to continue. Is 11 shots, should he be closer to 15 in games like this?
I think the problem is when you miss a few of those shots around there, guys lose a little confidence in you. And I thought you should have tried to reestablish him in the second half. But, you got to finish those around that basket, man, if you want to continue to have that confidence from your teammates. And I think a little bit of that is what happens when you start missing shots like that. Now, they started doubling them. They started bringing doubles from everywhere, tripling. So he had to get off the ball some of those times, too. So some of those shots that he didn't take was because the ball got forced out of his hands.
I think it's a lot like college football, where you might ask yourself, Kelvin, like, why is a guy throwing a 50-yard go, right? Like, that's not going to connect. But you do it so the screen will work a couple plays later, right? So I think establishing Ballo in the post, that's a dominant player down there, opens up everything else for the shooter, especially when the defense has to collapse that whole thing. So if you don't have success consistently, right, it's basically take what the defense gives you is what you should be thinking about basically every single play. But establishing Ballo early opens up those shooters. And like Kelvin said, they might have lost track and had some spots where they could have gone back down to him. But I think maybe the missed layups and whatnot Kelvin. I mean, I think something about maybe they were thinking the rim was a little crooked or something.
I'm gonna tell you, and I was like, my guy Keyshawn I thought after that first dunk, we were gonna continue to go to him and use his mismatch because they continuously had a 6'3" guy or a 6'4" guy on him, and I thought, let's keep trying to get it to him. Now, they did a great job pushing him off his spots on the high-low, and what they also did was they dropped when Ballo got the ball at the free throw line, extended looking for the high-low, which is the reason why you do need to be at the three-point line because you need to establish a little more room there, but their guy was dropping all the way down, so it was impossible to get the pass in from the high-low with Ballo, but, man, I would have loved to see a little bit more effort on the pick and roll to be able to drop it off to Ballo and to Keyshot or some more on the lob play. So they got a couple fouls when they went for the lobs. Did you notice I thought they were going to foul every time on the lob. So why not go to it more? I know you don't want to get one of your guys hurt, but if we're going to foul them out, let's foul them out.
And what did I have to say, J-Dub? All right, and I think it's going to be, I think one of the things, obviously, is what you guys have both said here today, and that's to get the ball inside, and I think dominate, try to get Vlad Golden into the foul trouble that he's much better defender than he was early in his career, as we heard Frank Fort say, but I think if you can get him in foul trouble, that's going to really add to what this team can do offensively if you're Arizona. I would like to see, and this is not necessarily, I think, a key to the Wildcats winning tonight, but I'd like to see this team shoot the three-pointer a little bit better than they have in the last few ball games, because that's going to be something that this Wildcat team is absolutely going to have to do moving forward, is be a consistent three-point shooting team. And so I'd like to see 40% from three and maybe make 10 threes in this ball game to kind of get that aspect of this offense going. For Arizona. And I think if you do the other things that you normally do, share the ball, sharing is caring, 20-plus assists, and then like J-Dub said, dominate the ball, dominate the boards, I should say, at a plus 10 clip, I think that you're going to have an easy recipe for victory here today in Las Vegas against Florida Atlantic. All right, well, they won the boards by 10, but obviously missed a lot of putbacks at the offensive end, so that was detrimental to that. Didn't shoot the three again well, 7 of 25, just 28%. That has got to improve from somewhere. We'll figure out as we go through Pac-12 where that's going to improve from. My other key that I didn't say but didn't come to fruition was I wanted to see 10-plus minutes from Mo Krivas in this game, and he only got to 7, so that did not happen either. All right, 96-95, a double overtime loss for Arizona. It's the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show with Kelvin Efon and J.W. Madden. I'm David Kelly. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
Wildcats fans, that's a look at your keys to the game. They're brought to you by the Royal Automotive Group. Royal Automotive, the dealership that is different. This hour of the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show is brought to you by Humane Society of Southern Arizona, Lexus of Tucson, Nova Home Loans, Recon Auto Detail, Ride Now Power Sports Tucson, Tucson Police Department, Broadway in Tucson, Dave & Buster's Tucson, Dorado Rock, First Choice Pools, The Good Feet Store, Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, O'Reilly Chevrolet, Ram Plumbing, Restaurant Supply Store, Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Rocking KA Master Plan Community Design by Nature, University Termite and Pest Control.
Desperate buyers have created tremendous opportunity for sellers. If you've had the slightest thought of selling your home, it's time to call Sean Poston with the Poston Results team at Keller Williams, Southern Arizona. Why choose the Poston Results team? Past performance, more money in your pocket, over a 65% referral rate, an incredible Poston Results team staff, and most important, communication, because you and your home matter. The Poston Results team. When buying and selling really mattered, go to TucsonHomeValues.com. That's TucsonHomeValues with an S.com.
Do you often worry you left the garage door open? With a LiftMaster garage door opener powered by MyQ, you'll never worry again. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage from your smartphone anytime from anywhere through the MyQ app. As an authorized LiftMaster dealer, we have smart openers designed for your needs, including belt drive motors for ultra-quiet operation, integrated camera for live video streaming, and battery backup that lets you in when the power is out.
Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates is your authorized local LiftMaster dealer. Visit KaiserDoor.com for more information.
Think of waking up with energy, standing tall and feeling free. Think First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
For over 30 years, Tucson has been putting its trust in First Chiropractic for auto and on-the-job injuries. They're locally owned and a proud sponsor of the U of A radio broadcasts. So if you've been injured, make the right choice first.
First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
What do you mean, trenchless?
Means no trench.
But it's the sewer line.
And they did it without ruining my yard.
The yard we're standing in?
The very same.
I don't know if I trust that.
I trust that because I trust them.
Them?
Ram Plumbing.
Locally owned and operated Ram Plumbing, offering a comprehensive range of plumbing services from fixtures to installation to trenchless sewer replacement. Turn to Tucson's most trusted plumber. When your plumbing's in trouble, call Ram on the double. Online at bestplumbertucson.com.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rock and Kay. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills. Enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. Explore natural open space, a network of connecting trails, and a community park within the Vale School District. Visit Lennar's 2 communities in Rock and Kay with home savings up to $35,000 and limited time interest rate and closing cost incentives on select move-in ready homes. Live rockandkay.com. Designed by Nature, proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
Driving the lane, dunking on the competition, and playing as a team. These are things we'll see this season watching our Wildcats play basketball. These happen to be the things you'll also find when you buy your next vehicle from O'Reilly Chevrolet. The only difference is at O'Reilly, nobody gets penalized for traveling. Heck, we actually encourage it. See us on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or find new roads at O'Reilly.com, where you can experience our version of a steal. O'Reilly Chevrolet, more than a great price.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
What up, Tucson? This is Joseph Blair, former Wildcat and assistant coach of the Washington Wizards. When I came to play basketball at the U of A in the 90s, the Tucson community became and has always remained a special part of my life. And this is why I proudly joined the Meridian Wealth Management Tucson Advisory Business Council. If you have financial questions or concerns, please be sure and call my friends Natalie or Ruben Fernandez at 719-1433 or visit online at Meridian Wealth LLC. And as always, bear down, Tucson.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing. Always trust the big guy. Mention your Wildcats and receive $50 off any repair at coolwillies.com. Cool Willie's is proud to be a partner of the University of Arizona Wildcats basketball radio broadcast. 2 powerful teams working hard for you to get the job done right every day. Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing. Big enough to help, small enough to care. Remember to mention your Wildcats and receive $50 off any repair. coolwillies.com.
If you're a do-it-yourselfer looking for quality car parts in Tucson, look no further. Advance Auto Parts has 6 Tucson locations with over 75 years in business. Advance Auto Parts is the largest car parts retailer in the U.S., and customers know they can trust their products, like Die-Hard batteries. Now with free installation, only found at Advance Auto Parts stores. Take advantage of our same-day delivery and pickup. Just visit our website at stores.advanceautoparts.com. And make sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Advance Auto Parts, for all your car repair needs. Now a proud radio sponsor of the University of Arizona Wildcats.
Well, it's that time of year. You dress the kids up for the holiday parties, and they hate it. You dress everybody up for the annual holiday card picture, and, well, everybody hates that. You even dress the turkey, and we're pretty sure he's not happy about that. This year, dress up your yard in time for the holidays. Call Dorado Rock and Materials, and we promise there will be no complaints. Make your yard beautiful and worry-free with their personal service and convenient delivery times. Dorado Rock and Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
The Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show continues on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
5 on the shot clock. Davis trying to create. Davis in the lane. Turns. Fadeaway is up. Banks around and falls in, of course.
Of course, 35 points for Janelle Davis on 15 of 27 from the floor. Florida Atlantic knocks off Arizona 96-95. at the Desert Classic in Las Vegas. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Let's talk to our guy, Doug. Doug, you're on the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show.
Hey, guys. Wanted to give other people a chance before I needed to calm down after a game like this before I could compose my thoughts,
Well, make them quick. We don't have a lot of time tonight, Doug. We're on a schedule.
I know you've warned me to stay off of the social media, but I just have to say that our fans have really overreacted to this badly.
When does this fan base not overreact to stuff?
I mean, to be fair, it's all fan bases. I was dating a gal who was a big Georgia fan, Georgia football, and she freaked out when they lost to Alabama like it was the end of the world. Never mind, they just won like 27 straight games, So it's not just Arizona, but it's just so unfair. Like, I hear all these people that say, like, oh, after a big win like Duke, they're like, oh, yeah, but they're going to still, who cares? It doesn't matter until March.
Hey, Doug, I know you're new to social media just this year, you told me, but I will tell you this. All the sensible people left social media like 8 years ago, and all that's left is people who are just have polarizing takes. No, it's literally
in the media.
Well, it's literally just to make
I don't know about that.
Make a splash statement one way or the other, big or little.
Right.
Think of the Walton type thing. It's the worst or the best.
Well,
That's how it works.
I see people on there. I won't name names. There are people that are pretty connected in the local media circles here. I mean, whether they have blogs or podcasts or whatever, and some of them are doing the same overreaction stuff. And it's like, what I was starting to say there is like, if you think that it only matters in March, then why are you freaking out about a regular season game in December?
Yeah.
Just make up your mind. Make up your mind, guys. But also, like, you wouldn't be so upset about losing this game unless you thought that U of A was really good. Right? If we were Cal and we lost to FAU today, you wouldn't be freaking out. It's only because we think that we're really good and we've got great potential that you're freaking out. So keep that in mind, that we're still a great team, It just feels like these guys, like if you buy a new car, you get a nail in your tire, you're just going to roll the whole car off the cliff. Like, come on, guys, just have some perspective. But I get pretty upset about that. But
that's the point. The point is for you to get upset about it. That's what I'm saying. It's like the whole point is to have a polarizing thing that you react to, right? That's how clicks happen in modern media.
Guilty as charged. I'm reactive. Count me in. But yeah, just on the X's and O's. I mean, it's second game in a row, at least second game in a row, failure to finish at the rim.
Yeah.
And I just don't understand, Kelvin, what's going on with that? Why, Are we just happy to get the ball out of our hands in the vicinity of the rim? Or, I mean, we've had big guys in the past that had the same problem where it's like, you don't just toss it up there. You got to really go up with intentions. What do you see?
Yeah, no, you're right. You got to go up there with intentions. You can't feel comfortable until you've put the ball in the basket. I mean, and I think it's something where, you things be going so well sometimes, man, and you think that things are going to be automatic, and it's not automatic. That's the reason why you practice layups. You can't, do that casually. You have to do that game speed. You got to go to the hole, pump fake sometimes, and go up strong with two hands. You have to practice those different things, and I tell you what, Doug, it's hard to practice those things when you're whooping everybody.
Well, it's true, and that's why Tommy loves these matchups. He wants us to be tested. So, I mean, I just hope that we do learn from it and do progress from it because we've got to finish strong. We work so hard to get these looks inside and try. People don't want us to settle for these threes. All right, so we get the ball inside, we got to convert. You got to finish. Now, before people beat up on someone like Ballo, let's remember. I mean, he had a bunch of steals in this game. And he had a bunch of free throws. I mean, how many times have people had the narrative that Ballo can't hit free throws? Well, these past 2 games, he's not going to make them all, but he's hit a pretty fair share.
Yeah,
and he also was stepping into passing lane, slapping the ball away. So he did, and not to mention all his rebounds.
So
go easy on the guy.
He's 11 of 17 from the free throw line the last 2 games, and he had 3 steals tonight.
I mean, I'll take that. And as far as Boswell shooting threes, I still want him to take those open threes. I mean, if you guys are going to celebrate when he makes the big ones, you got to be willing for him to take some too.
Doug, who do you think has the best shooting form on this team in 2023-24?
Oh, I still think it's Boswell. The way he sets himself up, I mean, the way he centers himself and brings that elbow down and in, and I don't know, the follow through. I just like his legs are spaced great. I don't know if you guys agree, but I love his balance on the shot.
Yeah.
I agree. I think he's got the best touch for sure.
Yes. Only thing I would say about all those guys is you're a better shooter on the catch and shoot. I just hate that it has to be so much off the dribble 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, one of the things I want to see, I've been talking about it for 2 years, is that Pella just needs to stay out of foul trouble somehow. And of course, he's an effort guy, so he's going to be involved in a lot of those plays where things get mucked up. But we needed him down at the very end there. He's the guy that can break down the defense off the dribble, and so you don't have to settle for that 25-footer. Somehow I'd love to see him get to stay on the court. But I mean, I still love the team. I don't have a big problem with what we're dealing with here. I don't think this is the same as the Purdue game in any way, because in the Purdue game they were open. I mean, we had to collapse on Edey. And we've got these guards that went off for 53 points. I dare them to try that again. But today, I mean, sometimes guys are just going to make shots. And these were, a lot of them were contested shots. That one you just played coming out of this last commercial break is the one where I just about threw my chair across the room, where it's like Davis just can't miss. And it was like, oh, we finally got a hand right in his face, and he's going to throw like a bank, floater right over our guy. And so, I don't know, it's frustrating, but at the same time, I don't think that you can say that if we played them 9 more times that they're going to hit those shots. Then again, Davis, if you watched him in the tournament last year, that's kind of what he does. That's his MO. So maybe he would. But at the same time, I don't know if we would shoot as poorly or not. I don't know.
Doug,
what do you guys think?
We got to roll though. Merry Christmas to you, brother.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thanks for the time. Merry Christmas to all you guys too, and looking forward to the Alamo Bowl. Talk to you guys then.
Absolutely.
Bear down, Doug.
All right.
Christmas.
All right, let's hand out an award here. Our Window Depot Glass Cleaner of the game. Any questions? It is Umar Balo, who had 21 boards in this ball game tonight, the most since DeAndre Ayton played for the Arizona Wildcats. Window Depot Glass Cleaner of the game, Umar Balo. That's brought to you by the Window Depot. Lowest prices, biggest inventory. Shop thewindowdepot.com. Much more coming up straight ahead. We'll review our best bets. It's the Meridian Wealth postgame show. Wildcats fall to Florida Atlantic 96-95. Along with Kelvin Ifan and JW Madden, I'm David Kelly. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
True Wildcat fans know that when you're looking for the best place to watch all the big games on big screens, drinking cold beer and having the best food, all paths lead to Desert Diamond. Bet on your Wildcats and all your favorite teams 24/7 on our easy-to-use kiosks. Come chill on our comfy couches and build your best bet at Arizona's best bet, the Desert Diamond Sportsbook and Bar.
An enterprise of the Tohono O'odham Nation.
Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Desert Diamond Casino is licensed in Arizona.
Coach Tommy Lloyd here. Did you spend money on your AC this summer? My friends at Rightway will give you back up to $3,000 for those repairs.
That's right. No matter who did the repair, we'll buy it back for up to $3,000 towards the purchase of a new heating and air system.
No repair bills this year? No worries. We will give you up to $2,000 trade-in plus 0% interest up to 60 months. Manufacturer rebates plus 10-year parts and labor warranty on a new heating and air system.
Have an aging heating and air system? Out of warranty? We'll inspect it absolutely free. Call Rightway Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing today.
Does it feel like the price of everything is going up? We can't control the price of gas or groceries, but at Royal Buick GMC, we never add market adjustments, even while other dealers add fees because inventory is limited. At Royal Buick GMC, you can rest assured you won't pay market adjustments, and we stand by our transparent online pricing. Royal Buick GMC, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer-installed options, and $529 doc fee. Royal Buick GMC, in the Auto Mall and at RoyalTucson.com.
Here's an important message from University Termite and Pest Control. The weather is getting cooler here, and so rodents will be seeking alternative housing. Do you need a professional? Call University Termite and Pest Control, 886-4146. They've been serving Tucson since 1974. You can be assured University Termite and Pest Control will keep you pest-free using the most responsible products and application methods. 28 school districts, 3 hospitals, 2 colleges, 1 university, and thousands of homeowners trust University Termite and Pest Control. You can too. Call University Termite and Pest Control today at 886-4146 or go to bepestfree.com.
Caruso's, a Tucson tradition since 1938, located on historic 4th Avenue. For 4 generations, Caruso's handmade sauce has been prepared with love by a family member, using only the best ingredients. Enjoy specialty Italian dishes like lasagna al forno, chicken tetrazzini, real Italian sausages, spectacular pizza, as well as many vegetarian options. Caruso's offers outdoor dining on their garden patio, with indoor dining also available. Open Tuesday through Sunday, with all your favorites available for takeout. For more information, call 520-624-5765 or visit their website at carusositalian.com.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
Don't let heating or plumbing problems spoil your holidays. I'm Ron Arenas, the owner of Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. We'd like to wish you a safe and happy holiday season and a very Merry Christmas. When you need us, call 520-440-4069 for honest service to the Tucson area for over 22 years.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
As Arizona's leading personal injury law firm for more than 30 years, Goldberg & Osborne agrees, bear down, Arizona. With offices statewide, including 5 in Tucson and Southern Arizona, the Eagle gives you home field advantage. More than 1,800 5-star Google reviews prove Goldberg & Osborne has the playbook for any situation. So after any accident, let the attorneys voted best personal injury law firm tackle that insurance company and get you the settlement you deserve. Goldberg & Osborne, 1-800-THE-EAGLE.
The new Blue Whale Car Wash, formerly Octopus Car Wash, is now open. They're locally owned and operated and offer many ways for you to save. Start now by downloading the Blue Whale Car Wash app. Then visit their website at bluewhalecarwashaz.com to find a location near you. Don't forget to follow them on Instagram and Facebook for even more savings. And for a limited time, their exterior-only wash is $5 at all 4 locations. From the family at Blue Whale Car Wash to your family, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
The Window Depot is proud to sponsor the first look at today's game and would like to invite Arizona Wildcat fans to visit one of their Tucson warehouses. The Window Depot provides over 1,000 in-stock vinyl windows, interior and exterior doors, plus granite and quartz countertops, and a huge selection of custom cabinetry, all at the lowest prices in town. Consider the Window Depot your MVP when it comes to your home improvement needs. Stores are open Monday through Saturday, or order online at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
Hi, this is Natalie Fernandez of Meridian Wealth Management, and I'd like to invite you to our complimentary retirement income workshop held every Friday at 10 a.m. in our offices at the Williams Center. We discuss the key risks in retirement, how retirement has changed, and how to best plan for success. A recent study showed 60% of retirees would go back and plan differently if they could. We want to help you avoid the would've, could've, should've. Call our office at 719-1433 to reserve your seat today.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
The Meridian Wealth Management postgame show continues on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Defensively. Throw it out top. They go backdoor to Davis underneath. Turns on Ballo. Double team. Can't shoot. Travel. No call. Get it out to Martin. A deep 3 is good.
Elijah Martin, that was one of his big makes. 3 of 8 from 3. He finished with 13 points in the ball game. Kelvin's pest. He was a pest on that shot for sure. 96-95, the final score for Florida Atlantic over Arizona. 520-848-1290. Let's talk to Robert. You are on the Meridian Wealth Management post-game show, Wildcats Radio 1290. Robert, are you there? Robert going once. Robert going twice. Robert is gone. Sold to the next caller. 520-848-1290. Let's review our best bets on this one.
Tucson, what happened with today's best bets? Did the Cats beat the spread? It's time to look at the best bets. Brought to you by Desert Diamond Sportsbook, Arizona's best bet.
Wildcats favored by 7 points in this game today. They lose by 1. I laid the number and lost. Kelvin laid the number and lost. J-Dub took Florida Atlantic and wins on that.
I said 5. I thought Arizona would win by 5, not win by 7.
Yeah.
To be specific.
They should have if they made those layups, though. No, I mean, not trying to be funny. And is that being wrong?
No, yeah.
Am I wrong? Wait, me, J-Dub.
No, for sure.
Okay, all right, because I didn't think I was saying that wrong, but I'm like,
And if Alabama shoots 30% from 3 the last game, then they win by 15, right?
Well, you can look at it both ways. If they make the threes, they win. If we made all the bunnies, it might be a win.
No, Kelvin's right. I mean, I think you look at the thing. The thing is Kelvin's whole thing is easy buckets. And you talk about missing easy buckets. That's how you lose games. So I mean, if you miss 11 layups and 2 dunks in a game that you lose by 1 point, you got to point towards that.
All right, the over-under was 164. It was 146 at the end of regulation. So it was under at the end of regulation, but in Vegas, I guess, and that's a whole nother topic for another day. Should Vegas even count overtime? Because that we've seen that twice now this year, where it completely screws up your over-under. We saw it in football. It happened in that USC UCLA game where it was under, and then it went to over as a result of the overtime. So. I'm the only one that said over in this game. It ended up at 191 after the extra 45 points scored by the two teams in the two overtimes. So I get the over. You two guys went under. So we are, let's see, J-Dub and I come out at 14-8, each splitting. Kelvin lost on both sides today, so he falls a game behind at 13-9.
Yeah, but if they just made layups, they would have won in regulation, and Kelvin would have won both.
Exactly. Well, tell that to Vegas. Tell that to Vegas that overtime should not count in the over-under. The over-under should end at the end of regulation.
And I'm a fan. I'm a Cowboy fan, and we ain't won since '94.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm still a fan. I'm just a fan. I can just go ahead.
Because technically, the over/under has nothing to do with who wins the game. It's just a number, so it should end at regulation. I mean, to me, that should be the rule.
What if the odds makers predicted an overtime?
Well,
because they thought the teams are so evenly matched. That's the question that you need to ask yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it was way under. So maybe with one over. So what was it? 22. It was 22 extra points in the first overtime. So it had gone from 146 to 168. So it had just been over by 4 points as a result of just one overtime. So J-Dub, maybe you're right. Maybe they did predict.
Not in this case because they picked favored Arizona by 7, right? So it's not like they were predicting it to be if it's a push and both teams are evenly matched. I'm just saying that. The reason I think that overtimes in all sports will always count towards the over is because of that. It's because overtime's part of the game, and a lot of times the odds makers are putting that over because they think they might extend into extra time.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. All right. That's what happened today on the big board in Vegas.
Those are today's best bets. They're brought to you by Desert Diamond Sportsbook, Arizona's best bet.
All right. Any final thoughts from you, Kelvin, before we let you fly out of here and into Christmas?
Well, first off, Merry Christmas to everybody out there. But I just thought it was a great game, man. It's one that you want to win, but at the same time, it's one that you're not embarrassed to lose. You're playing against a Final Four team with a lot of great guards. You learn that it's not all about the name on the front of the jersey. It's not all about the name on the back of the jersey. You have to play every game, and you have to respect everybody when you step on the floor. So I think this could be a great wake-up call. Even though you lost by 1 point, I think it could be a great wake-up call to these guys that, hey, pay attention to these next teams that we getting ready to play in this conference because we could get knocked off by one of these teams if they have one or two guys having a great night. So let's lock in and let's finish this season the way we want to finish it to have the high seed that we want.
All right, Kelvin Ifan, Merry Christmas to you. And we will talk to you again on Thursday night back on the football side for the Alamo Bulls. We get you set for the Wildcats and the Oklahoma Sooner.
Merry Christmas, bro.
Yeah,
Christmas, man.
indeed. And to the family as well. All right, let's get one final break in here. We are taking you up to NFL football. I am hearing now that this game is not likely to start until 6:15 this evening, so we should be able to get you there on time for kickoff of the of the Buffalo Bills and the LA. Okay, I'm looking at the wrong game then. No, this is not the right game. So, it's scheduled to start at 6, so we'll see exactly what it is going to. I'm looking at a game from tomorrow. Tomorrow's late game is what I'm looking at on the schedule here, which is the Denver
It hasn't quite kicked, but I'm listening to the broadcast off air, and they're pretty close. So, so it should be sometime in the next 5-10 minutes.
Okay, so we'll get a break in here. We'll see if we can wrap up and get you to kick off for the game on time. It's the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show with J.W. Madden and Calvin Ifan. I'm David Kelly. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290. KCU UB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. We have the Arizona Wildcats covered on game day like no one else. We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
Driving the lane, dunking on the competition, and playing as a team. These are things we'll see this season watching our Wildcats play basketball. These happen to be the things you'll also find when you buy your next vehicle from O'Reilly Chevrolet. The only difference is at O'Reilly, nobody gets penalized for traveling. Heck, we actually encourage it. See us on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or find new roads at O'Reilly.com, where you can experience our version of a steal. O'Reilly Chevrolet, more than a great price.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
Proud to sponsor the first look at today's game and would like to invite Arizona Wildcat fans to visit one of their Tucson warehouses. The Window Depot provides over 1,000 in-stock vinyl windows, interior and exterior doors, plus granite and quartz countertops, and a huge selection of custom cabinetry, all at the lowest prices in town. Consider the Window Depot your MVP when it comes to your home improvement needs. Stores are open Monday through Saturday, or order online at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
At Standard Restaurant Supply, their vision and number one goal is to improve the lives of their customers and clients by providing a better culinary experience. Standard Restaurant Supply, if it's in a restaurant and not food, they have it. Open to the public, no membership fees, and they offer bulk store pricing without the bulk store purchase. Open Monday through Saturday at 601 South Cherry Avenue or call 885-2345. Standard Restaurant Supply is a proud sponsor of the U of A Radio Sports broadcast.
As a homeowner, you've probably seen some pretty bad plumbing problems.
Yeah, I've seen a few.
We've seen them all.
All of them?
Rams Plumbing kept entire buildings flowing. Businesses since 1983.
Wow, so whatever happens to my house...
We've seen it before, and we have the solution. Locally owned and operated Ram Plumbing is Tucson's most trusted plumber. Our team of licensed professionals can fix anything your home can dish out. When your plumbing's in trouble, call Ram on the double. Online at bestplumbertucson.com.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rockin' K. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills. Enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. And coming soon is Del Webb at Rockin' K, a 55-plus active adult community offering a rec center, world-class amenities that promote health and wellness, and new homes with refined interiors and stunning outdoor spaces. Live RockinK.com. Designed by Nature, proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
Cantina nachos, strawberry watermelon margaritas, a few zombie kills, and all your favorite sports teams live? When your day calls for some winning, it's time for Dave & Buster's, where you can eat, drink, play, and watch all the sports you want. They've got massive HD TVs, hundreds of the hottest new games, a chef-crafted menu, and an incredible list of beers, wines, and cocktails. So remember, if your day calls for a little victory, a little triumph, a little win, it's probably calling for Dave & Buster's.
Does it feel like the price of everything is going up, up, up? We can't control the price of gas or groceries, but at Royal Buick GMC, we never add market adjustments, even while other dealers add fees because inventory is limited. At Royal Buick GMC, you can rest assured you won't pay market adjustments, and we stand by our transparent online pricing. Royal Buick GMC, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer-installed options, and $529 doc fee. Royal Buick GMC, in the Auto Mall and at RoyalTucson.com.
Here's an important message from University Termite and Pest Control. The weather is getting cooler here, and so rodents will be seeking alternative housing. Do you need a professional? Call University Termite and Pest Control, 886-4146. They've been serving Tucson since 1974. You can be assured University Termite and Pest Control will keep you pest-free using the most responsible products and application methods. 28 school districts, 3 hospitals, 2 colleges, 1 university, and thousands of homeowners trust University Termite and Pest Control. You can too. Call University Termite and Pest Control today at 886-4146 or go to bepestfree.com.
The Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show continues on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Final score 96-95. Arizona loses to Florida Atlantic to fall to 9-2 on the season. Let's get a quick update on what happened around the rest of college basketball today. And here's what we've got going on your Mesquite Valley Growers scoreboard. Today, 3 games are final, including the one the Wildcats participated in. The other 2 games on the final board today, number 25, Ole Miss knocked off Southern Miss 89-72 in a battle down in Mississippi. Ole Miss, the Rebels, remain one of the few teams in the top 25 that is still unbeaten at 12-0. The other game was also an in-state battle up in Tennessee. It was a little bit tighter of a game as number 23 Memphis beat Vanderbilt 77-75. The Tigers go to 10-2 on the season. One other game which is about to get going and in fact has just gotten underway in Hartford, Connecticut. St. John's at 8-3 on the road at number 5 UConn. The Huskies at 10-2 looking to rebound from their loss the other night to Seton Hall. Again, your final score in Florida Atlantic, 96-95 Arizona.
That's been the Pac-12 Scoreboard, brought to you by Mesquite Valley Growers. Mesquite Valley Growers. Real growers, real experience, real nursery.
Final score again, 96-95. J-Dub, any final thoughts before we get to the NFL?
I just think it was a great game overall. You know, I really like two very intense, clearly driven postseason. They got long postseasons in their future, these two teams. I just think this level of intensity, we saw it a couple times, DK, this month already. It's just great, especially for the younger guys. People out there on social media especially, as Doug told us, might be a little down on Kylan Boswell after these last two games. And I'm not here to say, oh, he's only 18 and a half and la, 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 la. No, what I'm here to say is he's an exceptional basketball player. This is much is known. He will only get better from reviewing the film from these last two games. And as a result, he will be better next month and better the month after that and better the month after that. So if you're over there sky falling chicken little type of thing about a couple of bad performances, it's the same thing with Umar Ballo's free throw shooting. Don't look at 2-3 game stretch and then paint a picture of who a player is. It's the bulk of their whole career and what they do. So I just think it's a great game for college basketball. Double overtime, two really, really quality basketball teams. I had a really good time watching that game. Unfortunately, Arizona came up a little short, but they're only going to get better as a result.
There you go. All right, J-Dub, happy Merry Christmas to you and Paige.
You
and
as well.
All of yours as well. That is going to wrap it up for today. I will give you the other final in the NFL today. There's two games today. The earlier game was an AFC North battle. The Pittsburgh Steelers, who haven't had much offense at all, finally found their offense and kicked the Cincinnati Bengals. But as the Steelers win today by a score of 34-11, that's two straight Saturday games in a row for the Steelers as they lost last week in Indianapolis. Straight ahead, the Buffalo Bills and the LA Chargers. I'd like to thank all the folks that were part of these broadcasts today. Dusty Dale, AJ Camacho running the boards on the local side here. And as always, most of all, thanks to you for listening. Once again, your final score at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. The Florida Atlantic Owls 96, the Arizona Wildcats 95. For Kelvin Ifan and J.W. Madden, I'm David Kelly. Merry Christmas, everyone. We will talk to you again on Tuesday. DK on the Sports Tip at 3 o'clock. Join us then. You've been listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290. We interrupt this program to bring you a special presentation of the National Football League. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
Eckler cuts it back left, spins out of a tackle across the 20, and he's out to the 23. Looked like Eckler was going to be down right around the line of scrimmage, but he got out of trouble. Taylor Rapp from the secondary finally makes the stop, but only after a gain of 8 and a Charger first down.
You know, Austin Eckler a year ago had over 300 touches during the course of the season. So far this year, he's had 181. I think he needs the ball more in his hands than he had been earlier this season.
Chargers from their own 23, 1st and 10. 3 men in the backfield. Here's the snap to Stick. Holds it out, gives it to Eckler, and Eckler running just outside the right hash falls forward for a yard. Out to the 24-yard line, Greg Rousseau will get credit for the tackle. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 9. So a lot of Eckler in the early going here for the Chargers. 2nd down 9 with the ball at the 24-yard line. It's on the far side right hash. Opening drive for LA. Clock moving with 11 minutes and 38 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Isaiah Spiller checks in. He lines up to the left of Stick, who's in the gun. Two receivers left, including Darius Davis, who motions to the right. Here's the snap. Stick, short roll to his left. Looks back to his right. Throws. Got a man wide open. That's Quentin Johnston across the 40. Up to the 45. And another Charger first down. So Easton Stick, just a little move to his left. Went back to his right. And Quentin Johnston was all by himself for a gain of 21.
Nice job by Kellen Moore, the offensive coordinator. You mentioned that motion with Darius Davis working from left to right. Once he got to the right side, he was stacked behind Quentin Johnston. He went up with his speed, and this guy can run. Cleared it out. Quentin Johnston hooked up underneath. That's a great job with a high-low combination.
Slot left, single man to the right, first down and 10. They'll hand it off to Johnston on a jet sweep coming left, and he's got nowhere to go. Was able to fall forward across the line of scrimmage for about a half yard. Terrell Bernard, 12th of the NFL in tackles coming into this week. We'll get credit for the stop. That'll bring up second down at about 9.5.
So much about touches. You take Keenan Allen out of the game. Not active today. Who gets those touches? So far we've seen Austin Eckler 3 times, Quentin Johnston twice. Those are two guys who you really want to be able to depend on as this game goes along.
Two receivers left and right. Quick throw right side. Caught by Joshua Palmer behind the line of scrimmage. Runs out to the sideline, and he's knocked out of bounds up around midfield by Jordan Poyer. Let's see where they put him out officially. It'll be a short gain for Palmer as he was trying to turn the corner out there. And Poyer was able to knock him out after a gain of a couple of yards. And that'll bring up third down and about 7 as they put it at the 48.
One of the things that you want to do for Easton Stick is to get him in 3rd and 5 or less. So picking up 3 or 4 yards here on this down would be where they'd want to be, but he has 7 yards to go. He's going to have to hold the ball a little while longer.
Trips left, single man right. Stick in the gun. Joshua Kelly to his right. Here's the snap. Stick is back. Looks. Throws left sideline. Got a man that's caught across the 35 and another Charger first down. And Easton Stick put another one on the money. This one to Joshua Palmer. They'll mark him out at the Buffalo 33. That's a gain of 19, and the Chargers move the sticks again.
For an offensive line that had been about average in pass protection, even when they had Justin Herbert back there, that time they gave Easton Stick all the time in the world. He had a chance to let Quentin Johnston go deep, get that corner out underneath, so that high-low combination working for the Chargers again.
From the Buffalo 33, 1st and 10. Stick goes under center, takes the snap. He's back. Little miscommunication. Rolling to his right. He'll keep it and dive along the hash marks. Maybe got a yard to the 32. Well, Stick went right. Austin Eckler went left. Stick makes something out of nothing. It'll bring up 2nd and long. Leonard Floyd gets credit for the tackle.
That's a little bit of action that you see on the first day of training camp. Oh, we're running sweep right? Oh, I thought we were running sweep left. Quarterback got confused there. He didn't make worse out of a bad situation.
2nd down and long now for the Chargers. Easton Stick in just his 2nd career start. First LA Charger ever to throw 3 touchdown passes in his first career start in that disastrous game against the Raiders last Thursday. Shotgun snap, Stick back on a play fake. Looking, has time, going deep, right side for Johnston. Incomplete, off his right hand in the end zone. Johnston had a step and Stick put it out there. Johnson running against Taylor Rapp and Rasul Douglas, put his right hand out, made contact with the football but could not haul it in. It'll be 3rd and 9.
I went back and I looked at the draft report on Easton Stick, and one of the things it talked about was his touch on the deep ball, and I thought that ball was thrown really well. I thought Quentin Johnston didn't really run through the ball right at the tail end of it and use all the speed that he had, stretch those long legs out. That ball was dropped in there pretty well by Easton Stick.
Trips left, single man right on 3rd and 9. Stick will line up in the gun. He's got Eckler to his right side. Play clock down to 2. Now at 1. Here's the snap. Stick back to pass. Looking. Fires down the middle. Got a man that's caught inside the 10 of the 9. It'll be 1st and goal. And it's Stone Smart running against Cam Lewis. He picks up 23. Just the 7th catch of the year for Smart. And the Chargers, led by Stick, do it again on 3rd down.
Just imagine if you're a Charger or if you're a Buffalo Bills defensive back. What have you been watching on film all week long? Passes to Keenan Allen. So all these other guys now who are coming up making big plays in this first drive for the Chargers, you're going, who is that guy? Who's covering him? Who has him? They're going to have to adapt and start playing these guys a little tougher.
1st and goal from the 9. Shotgun snap. Quarterback sneak. Stick running left, trying to turn the corner, and he's knocked out of bounds around the 7-yard line. Bills were able to string that one out. Stick with a straight run. They'll give him progress just across the 7, gain of 2. Terrell Bernard, Tyrell Dodson run him out of bounds, and it'll be 2nd down and goal.
That was not a play that we would see Justin Herbert run on Sundays.
No.
But Easton Stick, your backup guy, let's get him to the corner. Let's stretch this defense out a little bit. Really good job protecting the football away from where the defenders were, so he did everything right. get us to the next down.
Two receivers right, tight ends on either end of the line. Stick is under center on 2nd and goal. Here's the snap, handoff Eckler, runs right side, breaks through a tackle, and dives down to the 3. So again, it looked like Eckler might be hit right at the line of scrimmage. He was contacted, but broke through it. Picks up about 4. It'll be 3rd and goal for the Chargers now with 7:05 remaining in the first quarter.
Remember when Austin Eckler was a touchdown machine, a guy who was leading the National Football League in touchdowns? 6 this season. So way below where he'd like to be, but you could see that determination on the last play. He's trying to lunge and get in the end zone. He got hogtied right around the collar.
3rd and goal from the 2. Stick will line up in the gun with Eckler to his right. Two receivers right, single man left. Palmer in motion from right to left. Shotgun snap, stick back, looks right, pumps that side, backpedaling. Now rolling right, looking back to his left. Rolling left, floats it, corner of the end zone, incomplete. Try to get it to Palmer. Rapp was in coverage against him. And on 4th down, the Chargers will send the field goal team out. So the Chargers aggressive as just about anybody with Brandon Staley as the head coach. Now with Gift Smith taking over here on 4th and goal from outside the 2, will try to get points on their opening drive.
And normally on a scramble drill, which is what the quarterback was doing there, a couple of guys would go deep, a couple of guys would go short, some would mirror the quarterback. You're on the 4-yard line. There's not a lot of room to go deep. So it's just congestion. It's like being on the 405 freeway here in Southern California.
Cameron Dicker is on for a 20-yard field goal attempt. And the kick from Cameron Dicker is up, and it is good. The Chargers do get points on their opening drive, and they have taken a 3-0 lead. A reminder that for every field goal made tonight and throughout the remainder of the season, Barbasol will make a donation to Kurt and Brenda Warner's Treasure House, a living community for adults with disabilities. Barbasol shaving cream, an American original for over 100 years. Close Shave America, Close Shave Barbasol. 6:32 to go in the first quarter. Chargers 3, Bills nothing. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Science is not an opinion. People come before pipelines. It's not too late to act on climate. No one is above the law. At Earth Justice, we hold these beliefs to be self-evident. As a national legal nonprofit fighting for your right to a healthy environment, we are 150-plus lawyers representing clients free of charge because now, more than ever, the Earth needs a good lawyer. No one fights more cases on the environment than Earth Justice. And we win because these are fights we cannot lose. We win for scientists so they can serve at the EPA. We win at the Supreme Court because clean water is for everyone. We win against fossil fuel plants so communities can breathe freely. If you believe what we believe, then help us fight the good fight and help us keep winning by going to earthjustice.org today. That's earthjustice.org.
Mom, Dad.
Before you throw out those unused medicines, just think for a minute.
Grandma, Grandpa, all you guys take meds. That's why you gotta dispose of your old pills correctly.
Those pills for your back pain or migraines.
When you throw them in the trash, those medicines can become lethal in the wrong hands. Our hands. You may be finished with that medicine,